Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning to all. Ladies and gentlemen, presenters and viewers, welcome to the Session 1 paper presentations for International Conference on Art, Culture and Heritage 2021 with the theme Art, Culture and Heritage for Societal Wellbeing, Developing Transformational Strategies. I'm Mazlina Muhammad Saleh, a moderator throughout these sessions. Gently reminder to all presenters, you'll be given about 15 minutes for each sessions, including Q&A, and we would like to encourage all the viewers to post your inquiries and questions in the chat box that will be entertained later. And you can turn on your mic if you're permitted to do so. We're going to start with our first presenter. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our first presenter with the topic, Revitalizing Pahang Iconic Shapes through Creating Digital Printed Painting and QR-Coded Historical Archives. Please welcome Dr. Muhammad Firdaus Mat Hussain from University College of Yayasan Pahang, Malaysia. Please welcome.
Okay, hang on. Okay. All right. So can see my slide, yeah?
Yes, you can see. It's very clear.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Firdaus from UCYP Malaysia. And together with my co-researcher, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Nur Shahizan Ali from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Muhammad Helmi Makhir from UCYP Malaysia, and also Muhammad Faisha Muhammad from University Malaysia Sabah. So today I would like to present my concept paper with the title Revitalizing Pahang Iconic Shapes Through Creating Digital Printed Painting and QR-Coded Historical Archive in the International Conference on Art, Culture and Heritage, ICACH 2021. Thank you, the organizer, for having us as a presenter today. So I'm beginning my presentation with the introduction. Actually, iconic shapes has become a part of a development of any particular government's social and also economic profile. For example, in Kuantan, we have a Tower 188. And in Pekan, we also have the Istana Abu Bakar. In Kuala Lipis, we have a Pahang Club. And in Sungai Lembing, we have a mining tunnel. So this is among the iconic shape that always contribute significantly to the creation of social and cultural memory. It always embark the memories. So any iconic place and experience have been documented with digital photography. So since the 1960s, photographers have embraced photography to capture famous shapes, archaeological artifacts, and also the archaeological places. So the importance of photography is there. And furthermore, the photographic documentation has been at the heart of archaeological research since the introduction of photography in the 19th century. When we talk about archaeological sites and archaeological research, it always related to the photography. The problem statements, the iconic building are the part of inescapable elements in the cultural aspect of a country. So some of the particular iconic shapes had as very specific roles in a time not so distant and continues in their function even today. Just like been mentioned by our invited speaker, Prof. Skinner, the tourism industry, one of the good example that related to the particular iconic shapes. Therefore, this research is to identify what is the new technique and documenting the iconic shapes or iconic building in Pahang and how the digitalization can be used in order to recreate a new method for new implementation of a new QR coded images. Basically, this is a very new method. This is a very new technology that going to be explored within the scope of photography and archaeological research. The objective of this research are divided into three major objectives. The first is to develop the new technique, of course, in documenting the iconic shapes in Pahang. Okay, the keywords there I put is the new technique. The second objective is to create a digital painted painting. This is a very interesting ways on how to appreciate the iconic shapes. The digital painted painting and QR coded version of iconic shapes in Pahang. Okay, so from the digital photography, we are transformed into the digital painted painting and transform all the documentation and images into a very simple QR coded version. And the third objective is to represent the iconic shapes in Pahang through digitalization media. Nowadays, people are talking about digitalization. Digital here, digital there. The collaboration, the digitalization with the new media, hopefully will represent the new ways of appreciate archaeological and iconic shapes. So the methodology for this paper, it is a quantitative research and also with the content analysis, quantitative research. This study provides a new way for highlighting the social and cultural implications of iconic shapes by producing the digital printed picture and converting into QR coded technological apps. So in order to describe the data in a constructive ways, the researcher have applied the descriptive analysis in the study to help to describe, exhibit, and summarize the data points in a constructive way and be able to answer the fellow questions: who, what, where, when, and to what extent. In addition, the new digital printed painting and QR technology will be designed to create the new ways of appreciating these iconic shapes. So this is the research process. Okay, from the title, all right, we're going to identify the 11 iconic shapes in Pahang and the problems. Why 11 iconic shapes? Is it divided into 11 major districts in Pahang? And then the groundwork and the photo documentation about these iconic shapes. Of course, without the photo documentation, we are not be able to produce the digital painted painting. After that, the data analysis by using descriptive analysis and the content analysis quantitative. And from that, we will be able, hopefully, we will be able to producing the digital painted and QR coded. Okay, why I'm saying that we hope, because okay, this is an example of iconic shapes in Pahang. Okay, I'm just putting my slide only 3 example. Tower 188 in Kuantan, okay, the Museum Sultan Abu Bakar in Pekan, and also the Pahang Club in Kuala Lipis. Okay, so we have 11 iconic shape in 11 districts in Pahang. And okay, the finding for this research, like I mentioned just now, this is a still ongoing process, okay, due to the pandemic and whatsoever. The finding for this research still at the early stage. Actually, this research is very at the early stage. Okay, we are completely all the desk research and whatsoever, and the finding for the and the conclusion for this research estimated to be completed in February 2022. All right, all of the related data, related photo documentary, the related digital photo painting, hopefully estimated be completed in February 2022. This is still ongoing research. I can say that this is a very big research. This is the new ways of finding something that never been done before, I think, in Pahang. Okay, so still at the early stage, and if you are asking me about the finding, I couldn't tell you right now, but the process is there, the method is there, the literature also is there, and the objective also is there. So I think that's all my presentation for today. Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Firdaus, I believe this is the one interesting topics, the new interesting topic, but maybe I can say that what is the characteristic that you, when you were choosing this kind of the iconic ships, at least that you mentioned that you, for this research, you choose for 11, isn't it? 11.
Yeah, 11. 11
based
iconic
on
ship in 11 districts in Pahang.
Okay, based on the 11 district. So, but
yeah,
what is these characteristic, the main characteristic that
the main characteristic? Yeah, the main characteristic for 11 iconic ships in Pahang that were chosen is based on the aesthetic value of the iconic shapes.
All right.
Well, when we talk about the aesthetic, it's not just beautiful building, a beautiful shape. It also includes in terms of the memory, the historical elements of the building. Okay, it's not just simply because of that building is a is tall, it's beautiful, and whatever. It is must have a few characteristics such as memory and also historical, because this research is related to the archaeological elements.
Okay, I can see that. So with this kind of the characteristics, so is there any like a timeline for example, like when is this the building or these shapes for certain time period, for example, like 10 years, at least it's been developed for 10 years, or maybe if you can share with us?
There's no time frame. Whether is the building is the new building is just 1 or 2 years or 3 to 4 years, but if the building have the elements that we are looking for, the memory, the historical, the aesthetic value of the building, then we just select, we just choose to take the iconic shape as our data.
I can see. So maybe you can share with us. So what is the most challenging parts in this?
The most challenging part is for us to go to every 11 district and to photo docu the iconic shapes, because we are facing lots of what we call bureaucracy, or we're facing lots of challenge within the dealing with the people. So we are dealing with the weather, we are dealing with the kind of pandemic or whatsoever. However, this is a researcher. To being a researcher, you have to be able to adapt all of this challenging process. Then hopefully that we also be able to produce very good, as very valuable finding.
Yeah, I believe that. So I believe that this journey is going to be very challenging. I believe that you have faced the part of the challenging part, and maybe there's another challenging or obstacles that coming through, but I believe that it's going to be a good research, and the findings and this title, this topic going to be like one of the prominent research in Pahang, and also for this our nation as well, right? Okay, so we welcome if there is any questions. So all just viewers, you are welcome to post your questions in the chat box. All right, okay, or if you have any inquiries mingle in your mind, so I believe that Dr. Firdaus will be here to entertain all these inquiries. Right, okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for our first presenter for our opening sessions today. And then for the next presentations, I would like to invite the second presenter for today with the title, A Strategy for Heritage Conservation and Industry based on Organization, Territory, Technology, Interconnectivity. Please welcome Dr. Izni Azrin bin Nur Azali from University Brunei Darussalam. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, the moderator, again for the invitation. So for my presentation today, I will be presenting on Brunei's current approach. Okay, I'm trying to justify what are the current potential approach that Brunei should be taking if we're to develop our culture and heritage conservation industry. And for this particular session, I'll be sharing some of the preliminary findings that we've got from our studies on the performance arts as one of our choice of creative activities for this particular part of the research. Now, all right. So now, basically, okay, if we were to look at heritage conservation in Brunei Darussalam, nowadays, okay, the current ways in which how the government proceed this attempt of preserving the culture and heritage, it's very much following the older aspect of preservation, okay, where we try to preserve not only architecture, but also we try to preserve as much designs and the materials used, okay, in various aspects of cultural or traditional craftsmen as a way to maintain its existence, okay. But however, okay, if we to follow this path towards preservation only, one of the key arguments that has always been raised, not only in the West, but also in our parts of the world, is in relation to this idea of museumification. Because when you preserve, okay, what it does is that it, although we would be able to preserve or maintain the cultural elements, okay, the characteristics, the designs of what we're trying to preserve based on what it was in the past. However, okay, as part of moving towards the future, okay, there's actually a need to explore a much more relevant strategy, okay, so that we can not only maintain the cultural survivability of those things that we want to preserve, but also in order for us to be able to innovate further, okay, as we enter into the new economy. So that's why, okay, from this point in time, okay, the ways in which how we approach heritage is from this view of heritage conservation, where we opted to preserve the essence of the cultural traits as it changed over time. But of course, okay, as I mentioned, okay, one of the problems that has always been related to preservation is the idea of a niche. Okay, when you try to preserve, you are only protecting that one particular dimension, okay, of the heritage. However, okay, to maintain its continuity, to ensure that it is sustainable, it can be passed on to the next generation. So there's actually a need to further innovate. Okay, so that's why maintaining the essence is very much as important towards this approach. Now, in our research, okay, the way we approach heritage conservation is that we try to approach it using this view or this model created by Michael Stopper. Okay, Michael Stopper, who wrote on this book called The Regional World. Okay, he argued on the important dynamics, okay, that should be emphasized, okay, between the importance. He talks about the importance of organizational, the kind of community that can be found within that particular geographical location. He talks about the how the technologies, the existence of technology, have a particular impact on what kind of innovative products or system that's bound to be developed within that particular geographical area, as well as the importance of this the existence of this territory and how it interacts with these two spheres, okay, of organizations and technologies, as a way to not only explain the reason why certain things exist in variety, but also in terms of its production pattern. So this dynamism between the organization, technology, and territory resulted, okay, in this thing called what we call the cultural landscape. Okay, so based on Stopper's model, okay, we tried to apply Stopper's model in trying to understand the ways in which how
are your slide moving, or you are stay in first slide? Still stay in first slide?
No, actually, the slide is moving.
Oh, okay, but I believe that we are just seeing for the first slide.
Okay, let me double check.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, is it moving now?
No, it still show the first one, the title.
Oops.
Yeah. So now it's moving for the second slide.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay, I think I'll just do it. I think the full slide's not working.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So okay. Now, this is the model that I referred previously on the important interrelationship between organization, technology, and territories in helping to create the kind of cultural landscape that we are seeing. So in our case, okay, when we try to apply Stopper's model in trying to understand the culture, the heritage of pre-modern Brunei, which is specifically referring to Kampung Air, because Kampung Air was where the seat or the center of the Brunei Sultanate was actually located. So because when we try to link, okay, these three spheres, okay, this triple helix model, we find out that not only that the ways in which how the society being organized is important, okay, has a fundamental role in dictating the kind of culture that peoples are producing, but also it also influences the ways in which how industries are being specialized. Okay, it also has an influence in the ways in which how, because of the existence of a monarchical system, it also created this division of labor, okay, throughout this old urban center, okay, of Brunei Sultanate in Kampung Air, by which we saw some sort of distribution of labor, okay, a traditional distribution of labor which is based on wards and different small kerajaans, okay, if you want to call it. So of course, okay, in pre-modern Brunei, okay, it shows that, you know, the interactions, okay, this dynamism between these three spheres plays a fundamental role in dictating the kind of culture that Bruneians embrace in the historical Brunei Sultanate. Okay, but of course, with the coming of the British, it resulted in the change, or in the change of this particular model, as I'm going to show you in the later slides. Okay, now in the next few slides, I'm just going to show you the different types of activities or cultural activities that usually being found in Kampung Air, okay, in relation to use of certain elements within the buildings, okay, within the houses, that plays a fundamental role in contributing towards the various aspects of cultural activities such as performing arts. Okay, and of course, okay, if you look at all the pictures here, it actually shows you what we call the pantaran, or the terata, or a tent, or in modern term, the balcony. Okay, and the balcony here shows that, you know, it proves, or it functions as, you know, it plays a fundamental role not only for wedding ceremonies but also for creative activities like berpantun, for kids to play, to jump into the river, and it's also being used as a way to store some of these so-called traditional boats, okay, as you can see in the lower pictures. And also, if you look at the top picture, it shows you where the women can actually use it for weaving activities. Now, another picture here actually shows you, okay, the kind of craftsmanship that is involved in Kampung Air, and these are just some of the works that is put into in this particular aspect is on the Brunei traditional Brunei wedding ceremony, whereby all these crafts or are being actually or are being used in traditional weddings. Now, moving on, okay, as we move towards the present day Brunei, okay, because of modernization, particularly after the Second World War, we are actually also seeing the changes in the dynamism between these three spheres, okay, whereby, you know, with modernization, it alters the modern market economy, it alters the country by embracing a constitutional monarchy, which is a mix of traditional and the Western parliamentary, the democratic system. And then we have a modern nation state with its own ideology. We have different types of modern engineering, which comes, which all, you know, come together and resulted in the change in the ways in which how people actually work. And then, of course, okay, in the case of the arts, okay, like performance arts, for example, okay, the coming of the introductions of the television, it alters the society further, okay, and because of this, performance spaces were becoming more and more scarce, and with the inclusion of technologies here, it shifts the attention to the use of modern technology as a way to convey the arts, okay. And of course, okay, but of course, okay, but as we tried, since this particular research tries to look for what kind of viable strategy can we actually use with the advancement in IR 4.0. So we conducted a survey, okay, and this is still ongoing, okay. And I think from the preliminary data, we actually managed to a survey, okay, about 35.8% respondents which are involved in performance arts, of which, okay, that based on the survey findings, based on the 5 Likert scale, most of these so-called performers or creative actors within performance arts actually are very much into the use of new technologies as a way to conduct around their performances, okay, rather than using the conventional official stage event, which are usually being carried out on the national in every national events, okay. Now, of course, okay, what's interesting as well with these survey findings is that, you know, quite a number of the performers themselves, okay, believe that, you know, when it comes to the performance arts, okay, they also wanted to include these so-called these traditional crafts, okay, into some of the performances as part of the nightlife. Okay? And the nightlife that we meant here is not really referring to discotheques or whatsoever, but it's much more on the kind of, you know, cultural events, okay, like theatrical performances, etc., which should be introduced at night. And quite a number of them are actually in support of this, on the use of this new on the use of these platforms, okay. And of course, okay, and quite a number of them are also they're not favor. There's not much more favor in performing arts to be staged at the official stage events, okay. And of course, okay, as we try to discover, okay, whether, you know, whether digital media can actually be used as part of this so-called in creating these new performance spaces, okay, digital creative performance spaces, it is interesting to see that, you know, quite a number, okay, of the respondents actually believe that that the use of the e-space social media interactive apps, for example, are as the much more preferable method or ways in which how performing arts should be performed as part of this so-called new conservation strategy. While there are also some respondents who believe that some of the so-called conventional ways of conveying the arts, okay, of performances should be carried out in a purpose-built spaces based on regular live shows or in community halls. So, you know, based on Stopper's model, okay, when we try to apply Stopper's model in and try to link it, okay, with IR 4.0, okay, we actually saw that this can be considered as a viable strategy towards the development of conservation, cultural conservation, and development, okay, of Brunei as industry. And the reason why it is viable is because of the one of the key feature of digital media, okay, is that it allows for a much more greater reach. It allows to develop the economies of scale required, okay, for not only for the earning of revenues or income, but also to create those awareness, you really need a very much broad-based reach. So that's why, okay, with IR 4.0, with the SNS or Internet of Things, it allows not only for the spread, okay, the easy spread of all these different elements within the so-called culture and heritage industry, but also it allows for the lowering of cost, marketing and branding, and as well as the development of new infrastructures, okay. And this is why it is so imperative, okay, that the current culture and heritage industry to actually use current technologies provided by IR 4.0 as a way to move forward towards not only towards preservation but also conservation, okay. So but of course, okay, to do this, okay, in the Bruneian context, it's not that it doesn't have any challenge. There are lots of challenges because performing arts in Brunei is quite small. It's still not seen as a stable, a viable career. And of course, we do also have things like restrictions by government, okay, by censorship. But of course, okay, but if you move towards the digital media, okay, then those law can actually be not only not bypass. I'm not saying that you can bypass the law, but the kind of reach, okay, that we could get we should be able to cover more grounds rather than by focusing on on the current movements, okay. And of course, okay, there are lots of positivity, okay, that we found from this early survey, and we can actually discuss this more in the Q&A session later. But as in a conclusion, okay, to me, okay, the use of digital media, the digital spaces can be considered as a viable strategy if culture and heritage to be able to not only reach for much more far-reaching audiences, but also to create the very much a strong foundation that is needed in towards cultural heritage conservations. And we have to understand that with all this development, okay, not only that the development of the economy is important, but also what stoppers model teach us is that it teaches us the importance of understanding the dynamism, okay, of all of this triple helix, okay, the three spheres in dictating our strategies towards the revival or development of current culture and heritage conservation efforts, okay. So I think with that, okay, I think thank you for listening to my presentation. I'm apologize for the earlier technical problems. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Isni. I believe that this is one of these creative approach, right? So I believe that with these technology interconnectivity, with these opportunities that provided by IR 4.0 as well, it will make the heritage more being widely known. Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course. Okay, because with IR 4.0, not only that we are reaching people who are within the region, but we can also go global. Okay, and I think in our parts of the world, we have been talking about this idea of globalization. Okay, a term that has been used in the last 20 years or so. And I believe with IR 4.0, we can actually obtain or manage to get that or to build that mass, okay, that critical mass, if we're to develop such industry. But of course, okay, but with digital technology nowadays, the only thing that is quite uncertain is that because of the rapid pace of changes experienced within the digital world itself. So some of the so-called laws which are being developed not only at the national level but also digitally by app developers and etc., it tend to go obsolete, okay, just within few weeks or few months, as new technologies being introduced, as new apps are being developed. So there are lots of things that needs to be taken into consideration if we're to really move forward with this particular strategy, because of I think the problem that the challenges is actually based on the fluidity, okay, the fluidity of the condition itself. So that's why this is something that we have to be careful of. Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe that this is a very good step forward that taken by this research, right? To more getting people outside to know us better. I believe that because we are sharing the same culture, the very fine culture with us in Nusantara, I believe that.
Yep.
So this is a very good step taken to be well known, localization and B2B globalization as well.
Yep.
So I believe that, Doctor, I believe that maybe there's the question will come for you, will be posted for you from the audience. And then I believe that maybe if you can drop your email, right? So
yep.
By the way, for all the viewers can directly contact or email to Dr. Isni. So thank you very much, Doctor, for this sharing. Okay, so we go for the next topic that will going to be our third presenter. The next topic will be on this comparison and enlightenment of music curriculum standards in primary schools of Sino Malaysia. Please welcome Dr. Liu Ki from University Science Malaysia. Please welcome. Yes,
Hello?
we can see that. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see your slide there. Right.
Oh, okay.
It's very clear. Please.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm very glad to attend the International Conference on Arts, Culture, Heritage. My name is Liu Ke. I'm a PhD student of University Science Malaysia. My major is music education pedagogy. Today, I will share my latest research with everyone. My research topic is comparison and enlightenment of music curriculum standards in primary school of Sino Malaysia. China and Malaysia are neighbors in Asia. Since the establishment of the diplomatic relationship, bilateral relationship have gradually entered a comprehensive, stable and pragmatic development track. At the beginning of the development of primary school music education in China and Malaysia, both followed the European music education system. However, the development path of the primary school music education in the two countries are both similar and different with their own characteristic due to the difference of the cultural background. Therefore, the two countries also have a lot of valuable experience in the development of primary school music education curriculum standards. This is the primary music curriculum of China. The music curriculum standards for compulsory education 2011 edition is hereinafter referred to as MCSCE. It is issued by the Ministry of Education in 2012. It is a revision of the music curriculum standards for full-time compulsory education. Experimental draft issued in 2001. According to the psychology and physiology characteristic of student development. The 9-year learning time in the state of compulsory education is divided into 3 periods by the Chinese standard, including grade 1 to 2 primary 1 to 2 of primary school for the first school section, grade 3 to 6 of the primary school for the second school section, and grade 1 to 3 of junior middle school for the third school section. This is the primary music curriculum of Malaysia. Since 2011, Malaysia have revised the curriculum standard scholar rating. Is hereinafter referred to as KSSR and implemented it level by level. And each grade uses a separate curriculum standard. KSSR is divided into two levels, including the first level for grade 1 to 3 of primary school, called arts education, which is composed of music education and visual arts. And the second level for the grade 4 to 6 of primary school, which only include the content of music education, mainly focus on the cognitive development and skill training of students in this field. In this research, the music curriculum standard of primary in MCSCE, Malaysia from the structure, framework, objective, and content of the curriculum standards are compared and analyzed. This is the first part, comparison and analysis of curriculum standards, text structure framework. Text structure framework refers to the structured content of text. MCSCE consists of 13 content, such as lecture, design concept, design overall goal, and learning stage goal of curriculum, which is also divided into 4 parts of preface, curriculum goal, curriculum content, and implementation studies. KSSR, taken the fourth grade music curriculum standard as an example, consists of 15 contents, including national principle content, national education philosophy, music education curriculum overall, primary school music education curriculum goal and subject focus refer to the classification of MCSCE text structure with the combination of the specific situation of KSSR text structure, which can be divided into preface, introduction, teaching, evaluation, grade 4 music edition, and appendix 5. As can be seen from the table 1, in the preface of the two standards, the lecture and the concept of the curriculum are explained, but there are slight difference in terms of focus. Both of standard of the two countries describe the curriculum objectives in genre and in section, while the objectives of the curriculum of the KSSR are more detailed and have specific requirements for each grade. They include appreciation, creation, and performance in the course content, and give suggestions on the implementation of the class teaching evaluation, but there are slight differences in experience. This part is comparison and analysis of curriculum standard objectives. We can see from the first pie chart, the reading music account is 0. The interest account for 23%. Appreciation account for 22%. The performance account for 22%. Creation account for 11%. Value account for 22%. We can see from the figure 2, this is the KSSR proportion of the target item. We can see the performance is the biggest. The performance is 40%. Appreciation is 21%. Interesting is 0. Reading music is 12. Value 11. Creation 16. Through the comparison of the total curriculum objective, the number of the items of the learning stage objective, and the distribution of items in the target text between MCSCE and KSSR, it is found that there are significant similarity and difference in the following aspects. The standards of the both countries pay attention to the cultivation of the creative ability. The standards of both countries pay attention to the cultivation of opinion about value. Both MCSCE and KSSR pay attention to the teaching of music appreciation. MCSCE pay attention to the cultivation of students interested in music. The KSSR emphasizes the goal of the performance, and the proportion of performance text items is 40%. This is the third part, is comprehension and analysis of the content of curriculum standards. From the figure 4, we can find, this is the Chinese curriculum. We can find the music and relative culture accounting for 20%. The feeling and appreciation account for 27%. The performance account for 36%, and the creation accounting for 17. The figure 5 is the KSS grade 1, 2, 3. The art appreciation is 15. Artistic language 16. Artistic skill 45. Creativity of innovation 24. The figure 6 is the KSSR grade 4 to 6. We can find music, reading, and writing is 16. Music appreciation is 4. Music production is 12. And the music skill is music experience is 68. Through the comprehension, we can find that KSSR is more detailed in the content division. MCSCE pays more attention to subject integration. MCSCE pay more attention to the content in the field of feeling and appreciation and music and relative culture. KSSR pay more attention to the content in the field of performance. KSSR has specific requirements for each grade in reading music scoring. MCSCE only have general requirements for each stage of learning. The last part is conclusion and enlightenment. The comparison and analysis between the MCSCE and KSSR in 3 aspects: structural framework, objectives, and content distribution can provide some useful enlightenment for the MCSCE reformer in China. First, The goal of the reading and writing scoring in MCSCE should be more clear. Secondly, the proportion of the performance contents in MCSCE needs to be increased. Third, the practically of curriculum content in MCSCE needs to further strengthen. The finally, the content of appendix glossary can be added to MCSCE. This is the reference. That's all. Thank you very much to University course of Yang Sa Pahang for providing this communication opportunity. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Liu Ki, for the presentation. So I believe that is an interesting topic. So just one question maybe. Are you involved with this music instrument, or you are playing some kind of music instrument, by the way?
Yes, music instrument.
You are teaching or tutor for these musics?
Yes, I'm a teacher. Now I am teaching music in Guizhou Education University.
Oh, okay. In the universities.
Yes,
So,
China. Yes.
All right. So I believe that these topics, this music area will be much more. I believe that is a part of yourself. I mean, a soul for you, isn't it? The musics.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much. So I believe that for the viewers, you can pose any questions to Dr. Liu Ki. Okay. So we're going. Thank you once again, Dr. Liu Ki. Okay. So we go for the next presentations. So the next presentations are going to be these fourth presenter, which is will present on a topic on the trend forecast and theme for modest wear for Malaysian women in the year 2022 with the Malaysian selected celebrations Hari Raya. Please welcome Dr. Nurul Fatin binti Omar from University Technology Mara. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you to the moderator. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can I share my screen first?
Yes, please.
Can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see your slide, but maybe
Okay.
you want to switch for the presentation mode, maybe, or make it larger.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, very clear.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nafati binti Umar. I'm from UITM Technology Mara, Cawangan Seri Iskandar Perak. So today I would like to present my research entitled Trend Forecast and Theme for Modest Wear for Malaysian Women in year 2022 for Malaysian selected celebration, which is Hari Raya. So this is my member for this research, which is Lili Nita Talib, also from University Technology Mara, Cawangan Perak. Okay, so this is my research objective, which is to establish a local trend forecasting and theme to use in local modest clothing to analyze the trend forecast for modest wear on year 2022. Also to propose themes forecast for modest wear based from collected data of trend forecast for 2022. Okay, this is my table content. So let me begin with the introduction. So a little bit definition about fashion. As we all know, fashion is defined as a common habit or appearance style, ethics, social, and others. This is referred to Oxford dictionaries. A common usage on clothing manners, and others, especially polite people or acquaintances to it. So if you ask fashion lover or fashion people, they define fashion is the way of expressing personality, the form of art, or the way of breaking the rules and the experiment. But according to Bella K, which is the fashion author, she described fashion is a world of full of endless possibilities, creative and breakthroughs. Fashion terms is very wide. So there are a few factors according a season to determine that fashion at that time, what is in, what is out and what is in. This is the factors that influence fashion trend, which is media. As we all know, media, television, newspaper, magazine, and currently we have a social media. Everybody have their own gadgets, have their own social media such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Also fashion brands, which is haute couture, fashion house, like Chanel, Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, or Jean Paul. So this haute couture also influence fashion trend. So social media is the most factor that influence people, because everybody are exposed to be influenced by politics, economy, environment, and social, because we get the news from there. So as okay, next. Okay, this is the media, which is magazine and newspaper. Okay, this is shown that 1 million people on media social has variety of looks and style. So social media works like this. Okay, it's influence each person to another. So subconsciously, their own personal creation that were inspired by what they had seen on TV, newspaper, magazine, or internet. So this is a fashion brand, which is benchmark to fashion designer to refer to, such as Dior and Chanel. Okay. Okay. For this research, I focus on modest wear, which is suitable for Hari Raya. Okay, as we all know, Hari Raya is celebrated by Muslim. So I choose modest wear as my category of clothing for this trend. So usually modest wear was related to Muslim women. Modesty means guarding and covering our private parts and dressing in a way that cover your body. Hijab is only the way to express modesty. A girl who wear covered dress and cover herself without donning a scarf on her head also called modest wear, according to Ikhlas Hussain, which is a fashion blogger, Muslim fashion blogger. Also quotes from Coco Chanel. Modesty is the highest elegance. So as my personal opinion, there is no specific definition of modesty fashion. Basically, it's all about awareness of covering up parts of your body. In fact, everyone has their own perception, idea, and definition what is modest fashion mean to them. Okay, a little bit description for fashion forecast, which is trend forecasting. Fashion trend forecasting is prediction of mood, behavior, and buying habits of the consumer. It's a process that spans shifts in color, styles, changes in lifestyle, and buying pattern, that different ways of doing business. Okay, according to the passing, as forecasting decisions are mostly influenced by prediction method and user. It is very important to determine method that will be best suited to your business model take. Okay, Akhil JK said, as a fashion forecaster, they are responsible to help and attract the consumers, such as the retail business and designers sell their brands. So this is types of forecasting. They have two types, which is long-term and short-term. Long-term forecasting is defined as is the process evaluating and analyzing trend that be identified by scanning and a variety sources for information. Usually, long-term 2 years to analyze, and short-term usually we focus on current event. So for short-term and forecasting, we also call as fast fashion because it focuses on current event only. Okay. Next is the 4 different types of trend, which is macro, consumer, micro, and FAT. Okay, micro trend usually lifespan around 10 years. 10 years to 10 years. 10 years, so within 10 years, they will change the entire relation clothing. For example, 3D printing. For the consumer trend, usually lasting around 2 or 3 years, which is something that you will remember as defining the decade you're looking at when you're looking back on 20 years from now. So micro trend, usually lasting plus minus in 1 year, usually come in a year for 1 season only. Okay, so fast fashion, as I said just now, is the fast fashion. The lasting depends. So the example for fast fashion is like printed material such as a leopard or a zebra printed. Okay. Next, okay, this is the focus selected celebration. So I will focus on this trend for Hari Raya. So Hari Raya Aidilfitri and Hari Raya Haji. Hari Raya Aidilfitri is where all the Muslims celebrating the winning of 1 month fasting, which is in Ramadan month in Islam calendar. But Raya Haji is commemorating Prophet Ibrahim AS willingness incident to slaughter child Ismail AS, symbolic his obedience to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. However, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala has replaced his slaughter material to sheep and direct Prophet Ibrahim to slaughter doves, ending sun season Haji to Mecca. Okay. This is my problem statement. Basically, in Malaysia, we don't have any forecaster company as a USA or England. Next, Malaysian designer usually refer to international forecaster such as WGSN or transporter.net or else. Number 3, some brands that do not have any fashion designer in the company, but they just produce the design without study. So they cannot follow the trend, and they will come up with the product that will affect their business. So this is my methodology. I use a benchmark as my reference for the process to do this forecasting, and influence factor, of course. And I also distribute a questionnaire to the respondent through WhatsApp application by giving the Google form link. So this is my benchmark, which is I choose WGSN because I choose WGSN because WGSN is the #1 company for a trend forecasting. So WGSN offers to their client, which is long-term consumer trend. Next is buyer intelligence. For long-term consumer trends, WGSN always predict early concept for color, material and style, and commercial collection for key retail drops, buyer guides backup and validated by data, royalty, free prints, graphic and CAD design. For buyer intelligence, WGSN always make strategy guides for a season ahead, including key themes and industry leader. So the product updates to help client adapt the core offering for the season ahead. Sale-based recommendation for where to invest and where to pull back. Data-backed newness report including key items, details, colors, fabric, and patterns. Okay. So this is my influence factor that I stated earlier, which is celebrity. For current situation, celebrity are the biggest influencer. So as the environment also influence fashion, which is we facing a COVID-19 situation, the PKPD, PKBB and PKPB, new norm, new variant, economy in Malaysia, also our own financial. Okay. So next is questionnaire. I distribute around 100 questionnaire. So the question is based on the research question of this study. Consists 3 sections, which is bibliography, modest and lifestyle, and data of detail on modest design. Also the opinion about fashion trend forecast as their guidelines was important or not. So this is my findings. Okay, as a benchmark, I refer to the process to make forecast. This is the step by getting the research objective and research question, also the significance of study, significance of the study. Next, analyzing the factor that will influence the trend forecast. Also distribute the questionnaire to survey the needs of modest women to predict the trend forecast upcoming for year 2020. Last process is adapting the research information and data collected to apply during creating the forecasting and theme for modest wear in 2022. So the questionnaire data collected, my respondent is around 18 to 30 years old, majority is Malay. So they are active on media social such as FB, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. They love fashion and shopping. So their buying behavior, they are looking for appearance, next price, then quality, follow with comfortable and affordable prices. So for the influence factor, I adapting the research information and data collected to apply during creating the forecasting and theme. So I've produced 4 themes forecast for this study. So this is the come out for the themes. Okay. So to as conclusion, to the research that's been done, the objectives of the study is to establish the local trend forecasting and theme to use the local modest clothing to analyze the trend forecast for modest wear on year 2022 and propose the theme forecast of modest wear based on collected data of trend forecast 2022. So this study decide to select WGSN as a benchmark during the forecasting process, also influenced by other factors such as political, economy, environment, and social. But to conclude this research, the The data to the questionnaire, this research could predict the modesty wear trend forecast for year 2022 and benchmark as the guidelines. It was applied while creating modest wear forecast for the year 2022. So the objectives and the question for this research has been successfully achieved and answered. For this study, there's a lot of benefit and significance to retailer and fashion business, also the society. This research also give a lot of knowledge about fashion industry, as Malaysian has no fashion forecaster. So I hope this might be the reference and guidelines to retailer, fashion business, fashion student, and society. So this is my reference. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Thank you for lending me some ears.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Nur Fatin. So
actually, I'm not doctor yet.
Yes. Okay. So it's going to, right?
Okay.
So I believe that
Inshallah.
your findings will be can be applied. So far, it's from your findings. I believe that is it already being shared with these people in the industry itself?
Not yet. Not yet. Because these 4 things only go through based on data collected through questionnaire only. I decided to further my research through interview the fashion designer, local fashion designer in Malaysia, to get their opinion about my theme, either they agree or not with me.
Okay, so I believe it can be like a guideline maybe, or the reference for our 2022, which is that 2021 will be ended in just about few weeks, in coming weeks, a couple of weeks. And then I believe that maybe in Malaysia, we can come up with the kind of the trendsetter that like
yes,
you are mentioned about. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Doctor, okay, thank you very much for this topic, for this sharing with us. Okay, so we're going for the next presentation. The next presentation going to be this last presentation for this session before we take a break. So I would like to welcome the next presenter with the titles, The Impacts of Video Marketing on Small and Medium Enterprise SMEs Towards Business Growth. Please welcome Dr. Muhammad Luqmanul Hakim Johari from University College of Yayasan Pahang. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Wait.
Okay.
Can you see it clearly?
Yes, yes, it's clear. All right, so we can see the slide and we can hear you very well.
Okay, I'm switching to the full presentation. Is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Luqmanul Hakim Johari. Today I would like to present my research about the impacts of video marketing towards small medium entrepreneur business. Okay, so as you all can know that this nowadays, since the pandemic, video marketing has grown efficiently, where we can always see video marketing everywhere in this digital era. So this is my introduction. Okay, what is SME stands for? SME stands for small and medium sized enterprise, and also SMB, which is medium sized business. And basically, there are fewer than 500 employees. Okay, and nowadays, SME sector is in critical state, which is they are struggling to follow the trend of this time, which is proving that engine of growth of this trend is using certain tools like video marketing, and also video marketing has offered a major opportunity and huge challenge for any organization who interact with content marketing. And the purpose of video marketing is also to motivate people to take action. And also they want to, video marketing also want to make the audience to help them to make a decision quickly. And furthermore, after seeing a video, 53% started a search solution whether they can after they see the video. And this study focused on the advantages of video marketing towards small entrepreneur in their business. Okay, so the results show that use of the video marketing is more effective to help entrepreneurs grow their business. And also apart from that, video marketing can also help to increase SME trust, brand, and also sales. Okay, the result of the study concluded that use of video marketing is very important in product marketing as well for the big entrepreneurs and also even for the small entrepreneurs. So this is my objectives for the paper. My objectives for this paper is I want to describe the big impacts of video marketing capabilities towards their SME strategy marketing and what video marketing can help them. And also I want to highlight that this paper, I want to know from the brand side and from the trust and also from the sales. I want to identify the video marketing function towards SME brand awareness. Okay, then second, I want also to determine the video marketing does video marketing really help SME building the trust within the customer? And the third one is I want to examine the impacts of video marketing towards SME sales. So this paper is I want to dig the information towards the SMEs business owner whether video marketing does really help their brand to go even further than usual. So this is my sum of literature review from the other researcher back then. Okay, from Davenport and back 2002, video marketing is more easily decoded. As a result, it may provide more possibilities for achieving goals in economy where attention is the most valuable resource. Because I believe in the video marketing section, they have plenty of content to interact the people. So as a funny, serious, or using the emotion. So basically, I believe that from the Davenport and back said that video marketing really collect the attention of the audience. So, and also Anderson 2007 and Lily et al. Said that video are an effective tool for increasing sales and earning, as well as attracting and alerting consumer and customer about new product and services. From this statement, I also believe that from nowadays, they have plenty type of video, which is some SME using a video testimony, video review, video product, video hire the influence to promote their product. So this is my literature review for the other researcher back then. So let's move on to my theoretical frame. First of all, my point of view is I want to know the benefits of video marketing for a small entrepreneur business. Then I move forward to actual effects of video marketing. Okay, it is for my independent variables. And then like I said before, I want to know from the brand, does really video marketing help from the brand, building the trust and also increasing the sales or the SMEs. So this is my theoretical frame. Okay, then this is my methodology. Okay, my methodology is I use quantity method approach to the SME business owner. Okay, and I targeted survey around 100 small entrepreneurs who involved in food and beverage SMB, food and beverage industry. And also I've targeted to fashion, accessories, textiles, services, and others. There's many type of industry that I approach. I want to know that does really most of them know that video marketing can help them, or there's maybe I didn't know the experience of maybe from the service side, they experience that video marketing really don't help them because they're in different industry. So the actual data analysis approach is discussed that why the method a quantitative method is I'm using, because I want to analyze the statistically the number of the who agree with the statement, who didn't agree with the statement that video marketing really giving big impacts for the video market, big impacts for the SME business. Okay, then my quantity approach also I want to ask them the questionnaire about video marketing for the 3 different topics, which is I cover, I design it, the question from the brand, and also I ask question about the trust, and also I ask them about the impacts of sales by using the video marketing. So this is my process. Okay, first I acknowledge the benefits of the video marketing to small entrepreneur business. Then I go to the quantitative approach, which is I giving them a survey form, and my informant is many type of small medium entrepreneurs, and we go to the analysis and finding. So as you guys know that since the technology and will continue to be significant for our life, like nowadays, which is many people who are always attached to gadget, and then always attached to the kind of meeting which is doing using digital era, which is more like Zoom, and then more like Google Meet. So digital era is really be a part of our life nowadays. So according to Mahadevan 2013, technology has drastically changed the business and marketing scene. It is truly a terrific technique to promote overall profits of the company to grow ahead and stay ahead of the competition in the future. One of the top managers interview said. So what Mahadevan said that video marketing is included in the nowadays trend, which is many business owner using video marketing as their tools, one of their tools to help them to grow even further for their business. So this is my targeted statement for first topic, which is brand. Okay, a video allows audience to see actual character of you, of your business and product by putting face to a name. People prefer buy from other people, but if people have faith in you, they are for more likely to purchase you. Okay, I will when I'm doing this question, when I see my reference is I see the many type of video on internet. I believe when people showing the good character or how well they are promoting the product, people will likely to purchase a product from them. So this is my question. Does video marketing help your brand awareness to people around you? So 72.65% of the participants really agreed that video marketing really help to spread awareness to people around us, because video marketing is one of the tools to help SME business grow in a big way nowadays. Wooden et al. Also said that several ways that company can interact with customers through viral marketing tools, including SMS, blogs, forums, video website, chat rooms, social network, and email in viral marketing. So video marketing or video website is really included in the viral marketing nowadays. So this is my second approach. Okay, does video marketing really help to increase your brand followers inside and outside? Okay, 72.65% also agreed that video marketing help them to increase followers from inside and outside, because like I said before, interesting content can attract more attention, and I believe people will gladly follow their favorite seller to see the interesting content from their product. And according to Ecker and Bull 2011, a successful viral promotion, viral advertising can reach thousands or millions of otherwise indifferent consumers and motivate them to endorse or interact with a brand. Viral marketing and viral advertising strengthen brand loyalty among existing customer, and it also attract a new customer for the brand. So I believe when they can reach 1,000 or millions of audience, when people attach to the good content of it, they will be more make them as a favorite shopper or a favorite seller, and they can automatically follow. Maybe the seller is providing what they are needed in life, such as like in a fashion way or F&B, what they want to eat. So maybe from this target, from this kind of a circle, they can attract the targeted audience they want if they reach 2,000 or millions people. So the third one is does the use of video marketing make you confident in promoting the product? So 79.3% really agreed this statement. Does video marketing really help to make you more confident in promoting the product? Okay, because according to Petrus Q 2014, viral marketing and viral advertising are two of the most important strategy in viral marketing toolkit, and viral advertising is one of them. So according to Petrus Q, that video marketing really giving them a big branded way or professional way to promote their product. So when they are feeling that kind of way, that kind of emotion, sellers also confident by promoting their product. So that's really video marketing giving a big impact for the brand. Okay, 82.69% really didn't agree with this statement because most of them are in the service and textile and accessories making industry. But some of them, which is 65.88%, really agreed that video marketing giving a big impact for the brand image in other way, which more creative, interesting video that created in a proper way to make them professional way from the eyes of audience. Mason and Roger also said that building brand awareness for the fashion and business image through the means of the internet are relatively easier, and is as it let us recognize the importance of online environment. So from the Mason and Roger said that video marketing really giving impact because it is supported by the other researchers back then. They collected that the data that video marketing really giving a big impact for their brand towards their business growth. So this is the fifth. Okay. Does video marketing really strengthen your brand position in the eyes of the public? Okay. 98% of the participants really agreed that but video marketing really strengthen brand position in the eyes of the public, because according to Joshi, some of the benefits of videos in a content marketing strategy include they transmit the better any other format, they boost virality and engagement. The product will always be the best to be remembered, and they are suitable for search engine optimization, SEO. So basically what Joshi said that with the great content, with the interesting content of the video, product will be the best to remember because the audience will attract to the most unique way, such as in the funny way or dramatic or the storytelling way. So according to Joshi, it's really supported that video marketing really strengthen your brand position in the eyes of the public. So this is my conclusion about the brand awareness of using video marketing. There are some participants who didn't always agree for their marketing, for video marketing, that they can help through the business, but some of them really agreed that like food and beverage industry, clothing industry, and services, video marketing are one of the strategic way to give a big impact for their branding. Okay, let's say like I'm selling the chocolate jar, so I really know that video marketing really help to boost my virality, because in the video I can show how actual review from the what I'm holding, what I am selling, so people will see the video and know that I am selling them a good quality of the product. Okay, so from the data collection also, there are some participants did share type of video that can be used to help business brand to grow even faster than usual. And some type of video is video infographic, video review product, and also video testimony. So this type of video can help audience have to have a complete information for the product they see. So that is for the brand. So this is several quoted that been said by the participant. with video marketing, people get to know and find out about products and service we provide. So there is respondent 9 said. Okay, then respondent 8 also said that show the audience the story of your brand in the video marketing, the core values of your business, and convince them your business is unique and worthwhile for them. So like Josie said like before, this is brand video marketing really help to make your brand to be remembered. Okay, this is my second statement about trust from any prospect. Video marketing really gains trust from any prospect audience. Okay, video is an excellent tool to establishing credibility with your audience. It can feel more transparent to viewers than written content or marketing collateral. For example, because it allows them to see people in the company and decide whether or not they can trust them. So basically from this statement, I given that video marketing, when we are showing the good side of us using the video marketing, like we show how the storytelling, how the brand we produce, how the packaging we make, and how we actually cook the process, cook the product. So from this kind of video marketing, people can know the background of the story, whether they want to proceed it, to buy it or not. Okay, so this is my first question about trust. Does video marketing really increase customer trust in your business? And 97.6% agreed that video marketing really helped to increase customer trust in business. And also Kirby and Marston 2006 said that the messages are spread to target audience, which help them to reach a new markets and customers. When the message is widely circulated with brand reputation being increased, because this message are provided by the people they know and trust. So maybe like some of my friends, some of our friends really share that this product is really good, this product is really helpful, this product is really function. So from that we can see that when the people we trust promoting others brand, we know that the product is really helping them, because we know the audience, we know the my friends that they never like to promote the product they love. So this that is the video marketing really help to increase customers. Okay, then this is my second, which is video marketing can help to increase trust and help to increase SME sales. 69.5% agreed with this statement, and according to Hassan et al., effectiveness exists in two forms, positive and negative, and they said that after consulting expert opinion and researching related models, especially IDA model in marketing, in order to have successful viral marketing campaign, it is essential to secure the whole attention through interest, then arouse desire. So that is for the second question. So my conclusion is trust is the earlier process before them to proceed to buy. And video marketing is one of the way to show the capability for the product to go any further, because in the video, audience get to see the real product and it helps them to make the best decision to put their money for. So that is my conclusion towards the trust. Okay, this is some of the quote that been said by the participant. Some of them is, when there is video marketing, people are more confident, like respondent 9, and respondent 1 said able to touch the emotion of the customer with the storytelling, with the intonation of the voice, the music and journey of the product being marketed. So like it is from the respondent 1. Okay, let's see. The last process is
Presenter, sorry for the interrupting.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
he wants to go for this the final conclusions, I believe.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
So this is the last one, which is marketing. Video marketing really help to lead the higher sales. So 65% of 88% help video marketing help your increase sales. Okay, from according to Chu et al., okay, people often will transmit a message via social network, which essentially increase the credibility of message in recipient thoughts. And the second one is I asked the viewers I asked the SMEs, which is the number of viewers really help to increase your sales? So according to Burger and McMahon, Dobili et al., this form will provide a direct statistical measure of the number of views of certain message. And they also said that as combining people curiosity with user experience, the number of discussion about the brand will be increased. And it has been shown the content that stimulate high level of excitement and attractiveness is more likely to be shared and become a virus of video marketing. So this is my conclusion. My conclusion for the sales that video marketing really help them to increase the sales, because from the interesting content, people can know the product will always worth to be trusted, and they also can move on to the action to buy it.
So I believe it's going to be this final conclusion, right, the presenter? Yeah. So with the brief suggestions, maybe, or we can conclude with your summary.
Okay, I go to the summary because I will have time. Okay. So my conclusion is from nowadays, since the pandemic before, the usage of video marketing is really spread because most of SME really want to cut costs, the worker to work in real life. Instead of them, they use video marketing to viral the product, and they want the video marketing to spread awareness for the product. And they also want to increase the trust and can help them to achieve a higher sales of the company. So that's all for my presentation. Sorry for the time. Okay, so this is my reference.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, it's a very great presentation, and I believe that is a very comprehensive findings with this research that you have done with it. So I believe that are you involving with this video in the process, video making?
Yes, because I actually am the video marketers.
The video marketers.
Yeah,
so I believe that all this finding is really related with your environment.
It does really help me to my business also, because I'm doing videos to help business to promote their product. Such as from back then, I was involved in video marketing to help Kopiku Malaysia to promote their product, which is the Kopiku using video product, which is to assemble their new menu like strawberry milkshake and then chocolate lava and so on.
Okay,
that's it.
So that's really close with your working environment, I believe. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad Luqmanul Hakim Johari from University College of Yayasan Pahang. And I believe that actually with the end of the presentations, so we are going to have a luncheons and a prayer break and we are going to meet again at 2 p.m. And gentle reminder to the presenter, which is going to present at 2 p.m. We would like you to stand by about 10 minutes before we start back at 2 p.m. With that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.